Hello, it's Mark, and welcome to another whiskey review out here in the beautiful Big Thicket of Southeast Texas. So, all right, what's better than whiskey in the Big Thicket? Yes. So, hopefully we'll have to continue to have this nice weather for a while, but let's get on with it. So today we have Loch Lomond. This is the 20-year-old. So let me go ahead and open this up. This got quite a bit of packaging here. They even have little packets. So, okay. So Loch Lomond is a Highland single malt Scotch. Let me go ahead and open this up and let it get some air. So they were first distilled as far back as 1814, which was really before most distilleries were able to get licensed. And they have, what else can I tell you? They have 8 pot stills, 3 column stills. They have some lumen, some of those are the lumen column stills, which have like extra plates in there to allow more efficient drafting of the alcohol from the spirit, and they can actually get up to 90% ABV on their distillate, as opposed to like most stills only get 70. The plates have more contact with the adds more contact with the copper, and so that kind of helps it become more efficient. And let's see, they have been changing their packaging lately. This is definitely the newer packaging. I have done one other one years back. I reviewed the Inchmerin. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it was a Madeira finish. But yeah, this is very different packaging they have now on their line. They've actually stopped using color. No, they stopped using chill filtering. And I don't know about color. I've heard they use color. I've heard they don't use color. But it doesn't say anything about coloring on the packaging, so leave that as it may be. They also produce grain whiskey at their distillery, so they can actually make some single grain whiskeys there. And their core line is like a 10, 14, 18, 23, or 21, and a 30. And then there's some NAS bottlings. But this is 50.2% ABV. So this is finished in English virgin oak. 20 years old. This is part of their open collection, open course collection of Royal St. George limited edition. Okay, so this is a limited edition, yes. And Darren Clark, another golfer has signed this. Darren Clark's I used to follow golf quite a bit. I haven't in a while. I know it's been a few years since I've just seen his name, but I know he used to play in some Ryder Cups and stuff. So, all right, let me show it to you. There's nothing really else on that part. Wow, it lists like all of the Open Championships and highlights the ones that were at Royal St. George's, which I believe is where it is. I think in 2020 maybe. I'm not sure what year this was done for. Maybe it's this year. I'm not sure what year. Yeah, we're early in the year. Open's coming up soon. Maybe I'll release this at the Open. So there's the color in the bottle. Again, don't know about coloring. For 20 years, it doesn't look like there's coloring, but there could be. There it is in the glass. I am going to go ahead and roll this. All right, so I'll read you the bottle. Aged 20 years, finished in English virgin oak, open course at Royal St. George's, 50.2% ABV. The open course collection, Royal St. George, uses spirit exclusively from our unique straight neck pot stills. That's I think the lumen stills. The spirit has been matured in American oak bourbon barrels before being finished in virgin English oak casks, which ensure a fruity underlying Loch Lomond distillery character is maintained and brought to the fore. A limited edition single malt, which with spiced apple, elderflower, and vanilla on the nose. I don't know what elderflower is. Just say non-chill filtered, but so on here it says, since 1814, the Loch Lomond distillery has been distilling, crafting the finest single malt whiskeys which are as beautifully delicious as the landscape is stunning. The Open Course collection was created to celebrate Loch Lomond Whiskey's partnership with the Open Golf's original championship. Our master blender, Michael Henry, has produced a single malt to celebrate the Open's return to Royal St. George's, where the championship was last held in 2011. This 20-year-old single malt has been chosen to reflect the year of the championship, as well as it being held in England for the first time since we commenced our partnership. I think they have like an 8-year partnership with the Open. They also have like a 3-year deal with the Rugby League. But we have used spirit from our unique straight. I haven't seen any single malts from the Rugby. They need to go ahead and do that. We have used spirit from our unique straight neck pot stills, which have been matured in American oak bourbon barrels before finishing in virgin oak casks commissioned exclusively for this expression. This year's championship is especially memorable to our Loch Lomond whiskey ambassador, Darren Clark. It was at Royal St. George's in Sandwich, Kent, that Darren won the Open in 2011. It's a huge honor to work with Michael Henry. Quote, it's a huge honor to work with Michael Henry again, creating a single malt that celebrates the Open on the course where I lifted the claret jug. And that's the claret jug, for those who don't know golf. That's the trophy for winning the Open, which is the British Open. All right, last thing on there, a quote from Michael Henry: to mark the Open at Royal St. George's with expression that bears my name and celebrates Loch Lomond's partnership with the Open means a lot to me. It was a pleasure to visit the distillery and sample some liquid from the casks before anyone else. For me, Scotch single malt of this quality is as good as it gets. The result is a limited edition single malt with spiced apple, elderflower, and vanilla on the nose. The palate opens with a caramel sweetness, green apple, honeydew melon, and toasted oak and clove spice before a dry lingering finish of lime, citrus, and ginger. Bottled non-chill filtered at 50.2% ABV. Okay. So one more roll. Whew. Floral. Do get the green apple. Grain. I'm getting some grain and some floral. This is like a flower garden, it reminds me of. Definitely get floral notes, and I get grain notes. Cereal. I'm definitely getting some of that oak in there. Definitely get that oak. I don't know, maybe some, there's definitely a fruit in there. I'll go with apples, peaches. I get peaches. Okay. Very sweet. Honey. A lot of honey. Get that ginger on the finish, but not overpowering. Very, mostly sweet. Honey sweet. Butterscotch. Sweetness. Trying to think what fruit is in there. Very sweet, almost like berries, red berries. No, not even dark berries. Delicious. All right, what else do I get on the nose now? I'm getting the berries now. And the honey, it's coming through. Yeah, very nice. Very sweet. Okay. Definitely get ginger on the finish. Honey, sweetness. I guess maybe it is honeydew, but I really get the flavor of honey. More like red fruit. Yeah. Red berries, dark berries, honey. I do get a little bit of that melon in there. Definitely finishes gingery. So, excellent dram. Wow. I absolutely think you should have this on your shelf. It gets a 9. All right. Subscribe and we'll see you next time.